Mr. Chairman, Lenham, because our meeting was at the beginning of the month, we had the same conclusion as you've just had, that why should we pay? But we wrote a letter and asked what we've got to pay, how it was going to be worked out,
right,
and what we were paying for.
right.
And we had a letter back yesterday, I think it came through, but with no answers. It was fluffy.
Is it?
So we're no nearer.
So what's the mood in Lenham? Is
There's no mood in Lenham.
Don't contribute?
We probably won't contribute,
Okay.
unless they come up with at that meeting which you went to, and I didn't go, I must admit. Because our representatives come back and say, yes, it would be a good idea. But
I don't think
they
they
don't
will.
think they will. So no, we won't contribute.
Because the centre of gravity of the complaints or the objection to local plan is really all those developments. Is it south of most?
And I think I spoke to my colleague yesterday, this morning, and he thought the whole influence was on Junction 8 on that application that's going in on Thursday.
Well, yeah.
But he wasn't impressed.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm not sure where that's got us, but it's interesting to hear Lenham's view. It'd be very interesting to hear what they're going to do before we make a definitive decision, maybe.
Didn't we decide at planning to write to this building?
No, it was send Gary along to find out.
Yeah, and ask about this though. No,
we thought it was
We thought it was going to be on there, but
right.
I wasn't in a position to ask, and they had an agenda, and it didn't appear on the agenda. So,
Well, it's no surprise that no one understood. I mean, Brexit was talked about for 6 months, and I don't think anyone really understood that when they voted.
we don't want to get into that, really.
You're licking me wounds.
Yeah. So, any questions?
said she'll contact. We'll find out perhaps a bit more.
Yeah, we'll discuss it next time.
It won't involve any 80-20 rule or anything like that.
Steady on, steady on.
I'm seeing it tomorrow. So
I don't know what it means.
No, well, we'll talk afterwards.
Mr. Chairman,
No, he's the chairman. I know.
through the chair, the people that you met at that meeting, were they local to the parish council, or were any of those sophisticated financial risk kids that we will have to pay for?
No. They were parish councils from, as I said, about 50% of the parishes represented that sat around the table, of which, I don't know how many was around the table, 25? Of which probably 10, less than 10, were really engaged in what was going on. And I think our career parish councillors, I'm not saying that disrespectfully, but they are really into what's going on. They probably represent these parishes that are going to be really whacked, like the Sutton Valleys one, the one south of the yeah. And you can understand why they've engaged a lot more than perhaps we have.
It was very remiss and rude of me earlier not to welcome Councillor Osborne from Lenham. Sorry about that. That's I blame my clerk for not putting it on my prompt notes. So welcome anyway, even though it's a bit late. Right, item 15 is Sir William Steed Education Charity. Councillor Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Sir William Steed Charity is an educational charity, okay, and it provides assistance for students that reside within the boundary of Harrietsham. Okay, so students can apply for an educational grant to assist, enhance, start or continue his way education. Okay, so it's worthwhile. Grants must comply towards a recognised qualification. In other words, on the application form it clearly identifies what they are, and if anybody has any doubts whether they qualify for it or not, they must actually check the university or college to make sure that the course is in fact recognised. Private education does not apply. So you'll find in this edition of the Fish magazine how to apply for these grants. Once you log on to the network on the internet, you will find the form which complies with all the financial regulations. I've looked into that, I designed the form and everything else that backs all this up. So I look forward to the applications coming in and the decision of the trustees on whether to award the grant is final. And basically, I look forward to receiving those applications.
Have we had any in the past?
Personally, I
I
can't
know
answer
someone
that,
who put
but,
one in and it was just left sitting there and they've never had a response.
there's a lot of it, and I mean, it's not disrespecting anybody else. I'm the chairman for the trustees on 3 separate charities. Historically, I don't think anything's been done.
It's sat in a box for 5 years, literally just being able to when the statements come in. So it just literally, there's no one ever seen them for
But
years.
this is not our responsibility,
No,
this is
they're
Parish
separate.
Council.
It's totally separate from the
Right.
council.
So you're reporting on, because you're our representative on that charity?
Right.
Right. But you're doing the work of designing everything.
It's all done.
Yeah, it might be all done, but okay. Now, how is that form asking or suggesting people might make requests? How is that being circulated?
In network.
It's in the network.
It's only just said it's going in network.
So it's not on our website?
No. I haven't seen it yet.
So,
It's a shame they don't include apprenticeships.
I can be.
Okay.
It's a recognised qualification. So apprenticeships do fall into that. I mean, on the list, it's very difficult for me to write down absolutely everything because you don't know who's going to apply and what they're going to apply for and what their courses are. And there's going to be sort of a pecking order. I mean, if someone's already got a master's, someone who's just starting will get the first points because that's what the charity is designed for.
Chairman, I think the whole idea for those students who have difficulty in finding finances, obviously we know how difficult it is to be a student these days. So I think that's the whole idea of it. It's about giving them this problem so they can buy some books.
Well, that's absolutely right, and including software, their laptops, or depending on how many comes forward, I mean, there might be enough money to actually buy a laptop or two. So each application will be looked on and discussed amongst the charity.
Mr. Chairman, I also have a recollection that there was a similar charity, and it may be under the same group, to provide equipment for, and the example that was given to me when it was explained to me many moons ago was an apprentice hairdresser maybe needing to buy specialist scissors and clippers and things in order to pursue their apprenticeship. Is that something that's covered under the same
It
charity?
applies to all that type of stuff. We're not looking at a helicopter pilot course or anything like that, but something that's goes to prove that we're behind their success.
Sorry, I don't label it. How much money have you got?
Not liabilities.
Oh, is that right? I just wondered about how many grants and things that you're capable of giving.
Depends on how many I get. Or how many lead lets.
Hairdressing is very useful. In Australia, it counts as 6th highest point scoring if you want to emigrate to Australia. So perhaps I should have been a hairdresser.
It's never too late, Mr. Chairman.
Because the amount of hair I've got.
That's what I meant.
Thank you, Councillor Williams. It's been noted.
No, that's all from me.
Anyone got any other questions? Move on. 16, future events. Table.
Not for me.
For you? You're doing your Moonwalk?
Yes.
Is it still called
No,
the
it's called
Moonwalk?
Pink Ribbon Walk.
Pink Ribbon Walk.
Yes.
For charity.
When is that?
Jeanette, listen.
9th.
9th.
Yeah.
Janetta, her daughter, your mum,
I'll have a look.
and 2 daughters and her mum.
So there's the form that we have to sign.
Yes, there's another form, another sponsorship.
That's online, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the web. Gary doesn't do Facebook, so we'll print one off for you.
A bit slow.
Yeah, I think so.
I've got one, obviously, the 23rd of July, which is the Harrietsham Music Festival. The first one, so looking forward to a lot of support there. You've seen, I think the signs that have gone up are fantastic. It's 2 in my house, actually. Strange, I've had 4 people
I thought you were
say,
saying.
yeah, 4 people have said, oh no, you're not moving. And 2 people have said, I'm glad. I won't tell you that. I had to be controversial tonight. So yeah, I think the signs they've done are really, really good. Really professional. So let's all support that. And get your tickets tomorrow by close of business tomorrow, because you save £2 if you're an adult. So get them early. Mike's book is. And I should be putting my final order in tomorrow.
For £2?
No, save
No.
£2.
Oh no, but for £2. It says something about it.
From Scottish. That's probably that's a pint of beer.
Yes.
So you wish.
Right. Date of next meeting.
Hang on, no, you haven't said it's very items for future consideration.
Oh yeah, items for future consideration. Right again?
No, nothing.
Red? No. No. 18, date of next meeting, Wednesday the 27th of July, 7:30 in here. Right, now we come to number 19.
Yeah, so now you close 15 minutes public discussion.
Right, we're going to close for 15 minutes for public discussion. Has anyone got any questions?
It's not a question, Mr. Chairman, it's just an observation. Potholes, now I know they would only fill in those of a certain depth, but it does seem to me, common sense, if you're there with a lorry and a truck and a man and all the machinery, and you do that one, you don't come back in 6 weeks' time and do the one next to it. So you spend more time going up and down in lorries than you do filling potholes. Secondly, years ago, when they filled a pothole, they used to seal the edge of it with liquid bitumen to stop the water going in from the old road to the new bit. What happens? I know we've got a lot of rain at the moment, but you get rain and then frost at the same time, up comes the edge, got another pothole. Utter waste of time. Secondly, something similar with the White Line Man. They brought a lovely truck to the end of my road the other day. They marked all the road between Church Lane and Marley Road, stop lines, everything else. Buggered off, pardon my French. But you get to the bottom still, I never did those, or down the road there, or down. So what, they come back in 6 weeks' time and do this bit and clear off again? They waste money. The borough or county council who's responsible for it, it's about time that they realise that common sense means it's like you going up your garden with a half a load of whatever, coming back a fortnight with another half a load. You could have done it all in one go because it wasn't that much. You wouldn't do it. Certainly you wouldn't if you were in business do that kind of thing. And yet they're in business spending our money and not getting what I call good value for money. End of story. It's just a statement rather than a question, but we've got a highways department, so one irate resident.
Would you like to write us a letter?
One irate resident.
The irony was is that they started putting the tarmac on opposite, didn't they?
Yeah.
And there's 2 boats going along, and one's pouring the black bitumen, the other one's guiding it into the hole.
Yeah.
Just exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can talk to our county councillor on that, because it is KCC highways, and I think, she needs to hear that people feel that we're wasting their money.
Any more questions from the floor? Okay, so we're going to close now.
There you go. You do your number 19.
Yes, no. complaints received by the parish council.